Sound is energy. Your thoughts are comprised of energy because we know that it involves electrical impulses. What is the source of your thought? What is the basis for your thinking, the execution thereof? It involves electrical impulses. So, let's put this together. Prayer, if spoken, is sound energy. That in turn is an expression of a thought. Something generated that thought, which science demonstrates involves electrical impulses, electrical activity. So, when we speak with intention, we are speaking into the unified field of consciousness, which is understood as the mind of God, the mind of Source, the mind of all that is. We exist in a quantum reality where your thoughts are energy, words are little mini spells of intention that manifest in the physical reality. So be very mindful of that which you put forth. As we are in the age of Aquarius, we are going to have to become more and more responsible for our thoughts and our thinking and our actions. And I will tell you that we currently, in this stage of the planet's ascension, of humanity's ascension, darkness is being swallowed up by the earth, by the planet's core, to be transmuted into light. The false matrix has fallen. All of that dark energy that was the scaffolding, was the foundation of the false matrix, is being transmuted. Vortex of darkness, strongholds of darkness, dense pockets of darkness. It is all, and it's being done in stages, but you can see it all around you. And those individuals, those human constructs in the 3D realm, whether through their own intention, through their ignorance, by not really being aware of what's taking place, but ultimately through their ego, which is attempting to hold on to what can be considered as darkness, which is ego separation. They will be swallowed into the vortex that is the darkness if they are unable to detach from their egos. And trust me, the ego is very, very tricky. No one is entitled to hate another. No one is entitled to these lower 3D energies of separation. And the same script has been playing out over and over again. The players have changed, the political names have changed, the topics, the flashpoints, the conflict points, whether it's gender politics or whatever. No one on either side of any divide or any talking point is justified with hatred of another, with actions of hatred towards another. It is all darkness. And you are being tricked if you think that you're entitled to your darkness and your viewpoint that allows you, that facilitates in your mind to perpetuate lower dense vibrations. You will be sucked into the middle of the earth to be transmuted. Your 3D body will go away. Your spirit will be transmuted into light. So we have three essential viewpoints, states of being. Keep in mind, 3 is the magic number, 3 sides to the triangle. But shadow, entropy, darkness. If you are identifying with this sort of, you're deeply depressed, out of sync, you're at odds in with the world, you're enmeshed in one of these viewpoints, these talking points, these agendas. If you're trying to hold on to that, and that's what's really just your whole focus, you're going to be sucked into the vortex of darkness, into the core of the earth. Whether you feel justified in any aspect, but if you are in this depressed, out of sync mode, you're in entropy. Coming out of that, if you're being creative and you have freshness with your outlook, ultimately it leads to this Hindu word siddhi, power, beauty. There is power in beauty, great power, being bathed in the internal field of syntropy, of synthesis, of merging, of emerging, unity. This one finger can easily be broken, but if I put the 4 of them together, it's a little harder to break. Definitely don't want to mess with that. That's unity, folks. This is just a little flaying out in the wind, but united we stand. The band of the hand. But all darkness is being transmuted. And I'm going to tell you, praying a quantum prayer, as long as it's for the highest good of all, and that is where you can just find peace. When we have this free-floating anxiety from moment to moment, what we're worried about tomorrow. If we've been watching the news and we're a little bit worried, we're kind of like, oh man, there's this border crisis, and oh man, there's this food crisis, and oh man, there's a war, a nuclear war. And you have this free-floating anxiety, which is by design, which is part of the whole dark false matrix. You need to ground yourself, first of all. Get out in nature barefoot. Stare into the sun, the ancient art of sun gazing. Do not be afraid of the sun. The fallen angels put that in the mind of everybody, to be afraid of the sun. Throw your sunglasses away. Stare into the sun, directly into the sun. Get your downloads, your codes, your light codes. But moreover, dispel free-floating anxiety, ground yourself, and trust. Have no care for the tomorrow. 3 little birds perched by my doorstep. Whatever that Bob Marley song, singing sweet songs of. So anyway, yeah, have no fear for the morrow. Trust in your higher self. Pray for the higher self. All is energy. There are no egos. They're in your environment. If there's any darkness that you're dealing with, neighbors that play bass, heavy music, thumping aloud, rather than become mad, like my old 3D self, and start banging on their ceiling with one of my walking sticks. I pray now. I pray. And I put on some headphones of my own and just tune it out. I try to take the higher road, but I pray for their higher good, for everybody's higher good, that they may begin to become more cognizant and aware of their neighbors, their fellow humans. And as we begin to see everything as energy, our fellow humans as energy, and we realize that they have a higher self, that they have a potential connection to source, whether they realize it or not. If they don't realize it, they're going to be sucked into the vortex of darkness to be transmuted by the core of the earth. So take a litmus test of where you're at. Are you in shadow with dislocation? You live in fear? You're disassociated from life? Or do you have a little bit of a more gift from life, an orientation of I am letting go into the feminine power, the mother, earth mother? Do you have this power, the siddhi, this power of unity. I live in unity with all creation because that is power. This shadow dislocation is you're a victim. You'll be victimized by the darkness to ultimately be done away with on this old earth. All will be of the light in the new earth. That is the transmutation that is taking place in this age of Aquarius. Do you live with unity of all creation in true power? I'm talking about true power, not some kind of weak, dislocated ego shadow of power. You feel me? All right, I'll get back on track. So, love your mother. I mean, there's a lot of gaslighting that goes on with, the spiritual path and all this. And no, true power is being sensitive and being open to unity consciousness, putting the shadow of chaos, put the chaos shadow behind you. I'm only interested in my own survival. That's how I used to be. I've been evolving. I've received the gift of innovation. I'm thinking for myself with optimism. And then you gradually evolve into the city, the power of innocence. Everything becomes play. You begin to have a creative relationship with existence, much like the great master Nikola Tesla. Innocence, innovation, chaos. Take a test. Where are you at in one of these three existences? Are you within the shadow? Are you in intolerance? My opinion is the only truth. Well, your opinion is shadow, ego, separation, illusion. Or are you receiving the gift of understanding? I play with patterns of existence. Then ultimately receive the power of the city of forgiveness. I release all karmic debts. Forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. Flip the script. Look at all this differently. Apply the illumination of knowledge, forgiveness, understanding, intolerance. Where are you? Are you within shadow? Impatient? I am pessimistic about my life. Are you receiving the gift of patience? I turn on the higher code of my DNA. You begin to elevate your consciousness, expand into this ring, this new band of awareness, this new dimension, this new frequency, these new vibrations, and then begin to receive the city of timelessness. I transcend even the highest codes. Om. Infinity. Stay patient and trust your journey, the path. Are you in shadow, within conflict? I'm addicted to conflict, defending myself. Or do you begin to receive the gift of diplomacy? I'm tactfully dropping my defenses to ultimately receive the city of peace. My body dissolves and I become empty. There is no form, there is only energy. This form is an illusion. Your ego is an illusion. All is energy. As you investigate this, you'll understand, folks. But seriously, pray for the higher good of all. Realize that this artificial intelligence that is evolving currently, that is becoming, there are some positive aspects to it, but don't get sucked into it, into this dark agenda of the metaverse. This age of Aquarius is not about giving your power away, it's about coming into your power. So, but don't get sucked in by this false light movement of where they're trying to basically co-opt your consciousness, disempower you by getting you hooked into another outside authority. Find solace in your own journey. It's crucial now to speak your truth now more than ever. And realize that ultimately your power of intention, your thoughts are energy. Within the field of magic, all matter is seen as ensouled. Everything is alive, as Dolores Cannon has said. All matter is built up on a divine matrix. This false matrix is fallen. The shadow energy, the dark energy it's being transmuted into the earth. All those who are holding on to ego separation and that dark energy are going to be transmuted along with it. The divine matrix contains a spiritual frequency, whereupon it manifests in perfect harmony with the less manifested frequencies of consciousness. The material world is the crystallization of all the spiritual forces streaming downward from the source in well, to use a Kabbalistic term, in Kether, Kether. This happens under the influence of the Archangel Metatron. So Kether, and then the other, Malkuth, two terminals of great cosmic battery. One end, Kether is the pole of spirit. The other end, Malkuth, is the pole of matter. So we have spirit and matter constantly. Spirit, that is what bringing heaven to earth is all about. Spirit descending into matter, infusing matter with divinity, with light. The light is taking over matter. The 3D world is going away. These 3D bodies are going away. The light body is what we are evolving into. That is what all this DNA upgrades, this frequency, these light codes that are coming along, that is what this is all about, folks. So spirit is infusing into matter. Interconnectedness between all the highest spiritual regions in the earth is what is going on. That is why the darkness is being pulled into the core of the earth to be transmuted. So, I mean, get in where you fit in. Realize synchronicity is the examples, the demonstrations of your divine connection. When you're connected to source, you begin to notice these angel numbers, 1111, all this stuff, and you feel the beauty of you're in the proper flow of your energetic pathway, and you are within your higher self. Have no fear for the morrow. Pray for all energies around you to go on their way, to whether to be transmuted, those 3D humans, those 3D constructs that are trying to hold on to certain of the old earth. Well, just pray for them, their energy. Pray for their highest good. And if that's their path, then so be it. But pray, always pray, have no fear for the morrow, no anxiety, no free-floating anxiety. The false matrix has fallen, dark energy is being transmuted. Hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more information dissemination broadcasts from the Ombanda New Earth Ashram for compassion and strength and dark energy transmutations. Namaste. Namaskaram.